Big C and Mike Jones, they call the plays in the zone. Spit facts, no cap, straight to the bone. Gritter, roaring gossip, the field's their home. Huddle up, press play, you're never alone. Sunday sermons, but the church is turf. From Lambeau chills to Miami surf. Quarterback questions, they dissect the worth. Dropping gems like they mine the earth. Laces out, the mic stays hot. Breaking down the game, every yard, every plot. From kickoffs to OT, they never forgot. Tune into the squad, this the spot. NFL drama, they break it down surgical. Draft day whispers, moves so tactical. Receiver stretching arms, catches vertical. Big C's laugh hitting, vibes so magical. Mike Jones got stats like a human playbook. Big C's insight sharper than a no look. Halftime debates, better than they should. You fumble the podcast, now you misunderstood. Flags fly, refs blind, penalty stack. They calling out the calls, no sugar, just facts. Fantasy picks, who's carrying the pack? Every week they hit harder than a linebacker smack. Laces out, the mic stays hot. Breaking down the game, every yard, every plot. From kickoffs to OT, they never forgot. Tune into the squad, this the spot. Laces out, the mic stays hot. Breaking down the game, every yard, every plot. From kickoffs to OT, they never forgot. Tune into the squad, this the spot. Sunday sermons, but the church is turf. From Lambeau chills to Miami surf. Quarterback questions, they dissect the worth. Dropping gems like they mine the earth. Laces out, the mic stays hot. Breaking down the game, every yard, every plot. From kickoffs to OT.
Oh, well.
What up, football fans? Welcome to another episode of Laces Out Live, episode number 2. I am your host, Big C. This is brought to you by Game Changers Media, and you all know the co-host, Mike Jones. What up, Mikey?
What up, Big C? How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to episode number 2, Laces Out Live. Hope you like the new music. Like to have some feedback. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Other than that, riding pretty high. Giants, perfect preseason. Woohoo, right? It's preseason, vanilla defenses, whatever. But, you know, we put up a lot of points. Put over 107 points up this preseason. So I'm on a positive side right now. I'm on a positive.
See, we're only live on Game Changers tonight. I hope people took my friendly advice and came over from the Finn Posse podcast. Because, you know, I told them, listen, the show's only going to be available on the Game Changers channel. Yet we only got one person in the building. So I feel like they almost didn't take me serious or something, which is ridiculous. Finspin, what's up, brother? What's up? Love the intro. Me and Mike been in the lab, you know, we kicking beats and spitting rhymes, you know, doing our thing. Giants did look good in preseason. I do like what I've seen from Jackson Dart so far. I did see where they took him into the blue tent and he was like, hurry up, get me out. Let me trying to get back to the field.
Mm-hmm.
So you like to see that from your young quarterback. Also, Mike, if I break up at all and my stuff sounds cloudy, let me know so I can, because I'm not listening to it on YouTube myself. So
I got you.
I'll have no idea. But yeah, tonight, Monday night, we broke down the NFC, gave you our division winners, players who we thought were going to be major contributors, and teams that we thought were going to make playoff Super Bowl runs. Tonight is the AFC. That's my conference, the Miami Dolphins conference. So super excited to go over these teams. Where you want to start at, Mike? We got some NFL news. Brian Robinson Jr. was traded, and you got to love this time of year because teams are trying to get their rosters down. Players that teams no longer want. Other teams may have a need at that position. So they, trades take place, fresh signings. It's like a new wave, another wave of free agency. So I'm very curious to see what my Miami Dolphins do, because we need some players along the offensive line, cornerback room, running backs. We've most of our running back room's injured right now. But Brian Robinson Jr., running back for the Washington Commanders, was traded to the 49ers today. Miami was supposed to be the number one target for him. But, yeah, the San Francisco 49ers making moves to put some depth behind Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey missed a lot of time last year. So you went opposite the collective. They suck out a lot of air. Yeah, listen, I get that. It is what it is. We're not going to change up because the collective, we were doing Mondays and Fridays about this time. So it is what it is. I understand them guys get a lot of run over there, and it's cool. I mean, what I find though is that their product, which is great, their product's great. You got 4 knowledgeable guys over there, right? But it all ends up stemming back to Tua Tagovailoa. And this channel is more about all of football, not just the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, we'll probably talk more Dolphins at first than any other team, because a lot of Dolphin fans join the conversation. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, you're breaking up. You're a little shaky. A little shaky. I don't know if it's you or me. I was having some lag there, so.
Does it sound better?
Yeah, sounds better.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. But yeah, I think we're going to start with the AFC West. AFC West has been dominated by the Kansas City Chiefs in what, the last 8 years or so. Patrick Mahomes been the golden boy of the NFL. It kind of went from Tom Brady to Patrick Mahomes. They've been dominant, him and Andy Reid over there. To be honest, last year was the first year that you really felt like they had any competition. The Los Angeles Chargers, the Denver Broncos. I never really felt like Kansas City was at risk for losing the division, but the Kansas City are the Broncos and the Chargers were both playoff teams. Do you see any of those two teams, or maybe the Raiders this year, who added Geno Smith, Pete Carroll as head coach, Tom Brady part owner over there? Do you see any of those teams challenging the Kansas City Chiefs this year?
I mean, like last year, we said numerous times, Kansas City, they shouldn't have won those games. There were certain games they shouldn't have won, but they're the Kansas City Chiefs, and they came out on top. I think Chargers. I mean, the Chargers could, or Denver could. They both played decent last year. They both had over 10 wins, like you said. And Bo Nix had a phenomenal year. So Denver definitely has a say. I still think Kansas City comes out on top. Not that I want them to, but I still think they're going to pull out the division again. I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl this year. I really don't. I don't think Travis Kelce, he's getting up there in age, Travis Swift, whatever you want to call him.
Vince Spin says it depends on what the refs decide.
Yeah, right. That's kind of how it felt, though. Really, it really did when them KC games. Like, I'm like, oh man, they're gonna lose how many times, and then they win, and it's like, this is ridiculous. So I mean, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. I mean, obviously, Patrick Mahomes is the best out there right now, so I bet Josh Allen would argue that, but I still think Kansas City takes it. But I definitely think that the Chargers or Denver they have an opportunity. I wouldn't count them out. That's about what I would go with that.
Yeah. Listen, Kansas City, until you beat a team like Kansas City, they're going to be the favorite, right? Mm-hmm. Until you can prove you can knock them off their what's a king sit on?
Their pedestal? or their throne.
Throne. There you go. Until you knock a king off their throne, they're going to be continue to be king. I think Bo Nix for the Denver Broncos. He had a great year last year, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't like his style of play. I think he depended on a lot of broken plays, leaving the pocket, that backyard type of football. I don't know if that's sustainable in the NFL. I think teams will catch on to that. He had a great year, and they did play good. They got a top defense. We all know that. They added J.K. Robbins to the offense, Evan Ingram to the defensive side of the ball, which they're already strong. Dre Greenlaw, linebacker from the 49ers. They added Funga from the San Francisco 49ers, a safety. I know that's not how you say his name. So,
yeah, right.
But yeah, Denver. I don't got Denver in the playoffs this year.
No,
I think Bo Nix regresses. I think teams catch on to him. I don't think he gets as lucky as he did last year. As far as the Chargers, they added Najee Harris to the offense, running back. Mekhi Becton to the offensive line. Keenan Allen, I think, re-signed there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not huge on
Herbert.
Yeah. I'm not huge on Herbert. You know, there's always the debate in the Miami Dolphins circle, Justin Herbert to Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, Herbert is the more physically gifted player, right? He's the tall, handsome, doesn't get hurt a lot quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe he's a better quarterback than Tua Tagovailoa.
I don't know. He only threw 3 picks, though. And he had over 100. What was it? 101 rating or something. So I mean, that's a hell of a quarterback right there. I thought he played some good football. I don't know if he's better than Tua. I won't go there. I'll leave that to you, brother. I won't.
Richard, you gotta go over the game changers. I clicked on the Finn Posse podcast. You gotta go over the game changers. Like, subscribe to that channel. I only did it because I feel like people didn't listen to me last time. Where this show is only going to be broadcast on Game Changers from now on.
Yeah.
So make sure you jump over there. What's up, Blake? Are you on Game Changers, Blake? Again, everybody, this show's only going to show up on Game Changers from now on.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, the Chargers, they did lose their starting offensive tackle, though. Listen, like we had just said, until someone beats the Chiefs, until someone can knock them off their high horse,
mm-hmm.
I don't see any other team win this division. Geno Smith doesn't do it for me. Game manager. They had the weird thing going on with Blake. It's a YouTube channel. Can you get the link, Mike, and put it in there?
Let me see.
It's just a different YouTube channel, brother. We'll try to get the link up there for you. But yeah, they added Hollywood Brown. Juju's back. Juju had a decent couple playoff games. But the real thing with the Kansas City Chiefs is they brought their own guys back. They re-signed Nick Bolton, offensive lineman Trey Smith, who was one of the best guards. He was the best guard available in football this year in free agency.
No, that's a weird link.
The NFL will put their thumb on the scale to keep the millions of Swifties happy. And it's been, there are conspiracy theorists out there that believe that that's a thing. I mean, do I think they fix games? I don't know if they fix games. Do they give some teams the benefit of the doubt? Sure they do. How much does that affect the outcome of games? Hey, it can, but I don't want to tarnish the legacy of Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Listen, they're great players, great coaches. They're great. You know what I mean? So I got the Chiefs coming out the West. Let's head to let's go down south. South is the weakest conference in this, or the weakest division in this conference, in my opinion. You got Houston, who won the division last year kind of by default. Everybody had high hopes for Houston.
Mhm.
I've never been overly impressed with Houston. You got Indianapolis, you got Jacksonville, who took a huge step back, and then you got the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee's definitely in a rebuilding year. They had the first pick in the draft, took Cam Ward. I don't see Cam Ward being a difference maker this year. I think he helps them improve. I don't think Cam Ward, if he was in any other draft, probably would have even been a first-round quarterback, in my opinion, though. I think he was strictly a first-round quarterback, the number one pick in this draft, because of the weak draft that he was in. You know what I mean? Like, there was no consensus number two. Well, I mean, Shador Sanders was consensus number 2 for a long time.
Right.
But then Shador didn't even go till the 5th. The Giants traded back in the first round to get Jackson Dart. I just think it was a really weak quarterback draft. And Tennessee got a franchise quarterback, I guess, but I think I would have passed on him.
Yeah, I mean,
I was Tennessee. I think I would have passed.
I had Shador over him. You know, I heard a Dart. Listen, I heard people say Jackson Dart. I mean, I can't say I'm disappointed after the preseason Jackson Dart has shown his OTAs and training camp, but I agree. I don't think the quarterback class was really that great. But when you're a team like we were, you win 3 games and you really got not much to pick from. I mean, I definitely think they made a good choice going the Jackson Dart route, because I don't know if I would have picked Cam either, especially over Shador. I probably would have picked Shador.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's other ways to build a team. Do you need a quarterback? Absolutely. But chances are, how good are the Tennessee Titans going to really be this year? Obviously you get players like Jaden Daniels, who comes into the league and completely overhauls a franchise, right? CJ Stroud kind of did it with the Texans. But if you don't feel like Cam Ward's a talented player like that, chances are, let's say you took Abdul Carter, you know what I mean? Let's say they took Abdul Carter instead of Cam Ward. Chances are you're still going to be a bad team next year. You're going to have an opportunity to get another top quarterback. And I think this year's quarterback class is going to be way better than the one that we just had. So to me, I wanted to take Cam Ward. I still see Tennessee as one of the worst teams in this conference, not just this conference, the league, to be honest. Yeah. After that, I got Indianapolis. Listen, they're going with Danny Dimes. I do think Danny Dimes is a decent quarterback, but Danny Dimes ain't going to go out there and win you a bunch of games. Danny Dimes needs a really super good football team around him, and I think he can win you games. I think he's a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson at this time.
But Anthony Richardson, not much. I don't think he's that much. I mean, he's definitely got the experience, but I don't think he's that much better, honestly.
Well, I think Anthony Richardson's more physically gifted, obviously. He's more physically talented. He's going to make a 80-yard throw in the air and be able to run 22 miles an hour, you know what I mean? But I think Daniel Jones is a better all-around player, where he's going to not make the mistakes that Anthony Richardson makes. He's not going to give up on his team. Right. Anthony Richardson did that for him last year. But again, I don't, they got Jonathan Taylor. They signed Xavier Howard the other day. They got an all right defense, nothing to write home about. Nothing great though. Nothing great. I don't think they're going to be players this year. I I just think this is one of the worst divisions in football. The South in both conferences, right? The NFC South, you got the Saints, the Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, and Tampa Bay's the one good team. And then over in the AFC South, you got the Tennessee, who I think is going to be a bottom dweller, Indianapolis, who I don't see them being a good team. And then you got Jacksonville Jaguars. Miami just wrapped up their joint practices with them. They drafted Travis Hunter with their number 1 pick in the draft. Listen, Trevor Lawrence is a bum.
For real. For real.
Trevor Lawrence is a freaking bum.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with that. I mean they did pick up Travis Hunter and stuff, but I was watching some Trevor Lawrence stuff. And I mean, dude's 22 and 38. He's only had 69 touchdowns, 46 interceptions. It's sub 90, 3 of his 4 years playing. I'd have to agree. Trevor Lawrence is trash. I didn't even consider. I got Jags at the bottom of that AFC South.
You got them at the very bottom?
Yeah, I got them at the bottom, but I got them tied with the Titans at 5 and 12.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you got actual record predictions, let me know and spit them out there. I don't mean to bypass you or nothing.
No, I got the Colts going 7 and 10. I do think just because Daniel Jones, he's a seasoned quarterback. I think he's got something lit under his ass. He's got something to play for. He played his way out of the New York team he played for us for 6 years. And I mean, this is it. This is going to be his last chance. I don't think he's going to get another opportunity after this, other than maybe a backup quarterback. So I really think the Colts will have a better year. I don't know if they'll have a better year. I think they'll actually come up a game. Sure, they went 8 and 9 last year. I got them at 7 and 10 this year, and I got the Texans at 9 and 8 taking this one.
But what do you like with it? What do you like with the Texans?
I don't know. I think their offense just needs to pick it up. I'm not like I said, I'm not really happy where CJ Stroud is at this point in his career. Their offensive
line's terrible.
It is. It's ranked 26th, so it's hard for me to sit here and throw too much shade at CJ Stroud, but it definitely.
And they lost their best offensive lineman to a trade to the Commanders, Laramie Tunsil.
Yep, that's right. I don't know, man. But they still got like Nico Collins, Tank Dell. They put up some really good numbers, but it's like we've talked about all last season. It was always starting in the trenches. You got to have a line. You got to have time to throw the ball. If you don't have time to throw the ball, you're screwed. And I think that's still pretty much where they're going to be this year.
Yeah, Finspin. Trevor Lawrence has the same ceiling as Zach Wilson has. The Oompa Loompas would hit their heads on that ceiling. Listen, everybody thought this guy was the next god quarterback with his flowing, long blonde hair, looking like sunshine from Remember the Titans. The kid was a great collegiate quarterback, right? I don't think would he lose one collegiate game his whole career. I think I read that he hadn't lost a game in all of high school, all of college football, which is crazy. You know what I mean? But a player like that's surrounded with a lot of talent. Yeah, he's just never done it for me. I got Houston winning this division again. CJ Stroud, I was never a huge fan of him. He had a good rookie year, exceeded expectations, but he don't really do it. They added Nick Chubb to go along with a Joe Mixon. I like their young wide receivers. They got a pretty decent defense.
Yeah, I think they they pick up Derek Stingley, corner.
Yeah. They had Derek Stingley.
Yeah, but he had 5 picks, a 56.9 rate, which was first in the NFL for his position. So I mean, they have definite opportunities, and I see the Texans taking this. Barring injuries or something crazy, but it's definitely the Texans division again, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stingley's definitely one of the best corners in all of football. 100%. 100%. take us to the AFC North.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
What?
You leaving yours for last so you can talk for 40 fucking minutes.
No.
Why are you gonna waste your time doing that? Because your season, you're just gonna be
fuck them. Hey.
just saying.
No, it's not going to be that type of season. Actually,
I mean,
well, maybe it will be. Who knows?
We're going AFC North, and start with the worst team, the Browns. They have nowhere to go but up. I mean, you literally can't. I can't really say shit about them. The Giants only had 3 wins last year too, so I'm not going to.
3 wins is a win. That's a good season for the Browns.
Damn, that dude looked like he was on some crack. Yeah, they had the 24th offense. They only put up 15.2 points per game, which was last in the league. I'm not really expecting too much. Oh, they added Flacco, I think. And Sanders. They have a bunch. Dylan, Gabriel, Kenny Pickett. What are they going to do? Who do you think ends up being the quarterback for the Browns? I mean, in all reality.
Well, I think Flacco starts as the quarterback.
Right.
I think they did name him the starter.
What's he like? He's like 40 now, isn't he?
He's something. I mean, I don't see. They're not a playoff team. I don't understand why Joe Flacco is even given an opportunity to make this football team.
Right.
I think all these quarterbacks end up playing this year, and you see what you got with each one. I think Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback on that roster. I think they'll eventually figure that out, and they'll go from there.
So they got 5 quarterbacks. So they're going to have to get rid of somebody.
Well, I think they got Kenny Pickett, right?
Right. They got Kenny Pickett. They got Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. Sanders.
Dylan Gabriel's kind of like a Tua, small, accurate.
Yep. And then you got Watson, which so you can't really keep 5 people on your as quarterback. You need to fill out your 53-man roster a little better than that. So
they're only going to be able to keep 3. That's why Joe Flacco don't make no sense. I mean, Kenny Pickett was a early draft pick. You drafted Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur. You're not letting any of those guys. You're not giving someone an opportunity to sign them off your practice squad. So I mean,
the good news for the Browns is they signed who'd they give the contract last year on defense there? Yeah, I should know his name.
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, they gave Myles Garrett that. They picked up the 5th pick defensive tackle Mason Graham this year. So I mean they're slowly building something, but they really gonna have to. This is gonna have to be the year they figure out what they're gonna do with the quarterback. I got the Browns going 3-14 again. I just don't see anything. Their O-line was the worst and ranked by PFF. So, they can go nowhere but up. But then again, I could also see them losing more than 3 games. Or more than 14 games. I don't know who you got going on for third. What do you think will be in third?
Oh, see, this one's a tough one. Pittsburgh made a lot of moves this year. Obviously, they brought Aaron Rodgers in. Mm-hmm. Depending on what Aaron Rodgers still has left, it's hard to.
They got DK Metcalf.
You're not blocked on this channel, to Michael K. I see you. DK Metcalf. They had DK Metcalf. They traded for Jalen Ramsey, bum ass dude.
Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, they got Jonnu Smith. Listen, it all depends on Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of personality to this team. Do they end up clashing? I don't think they're near the top of the division, no matter how many players they added. A lot of the Steeler fans will think that, we're there. We're gonna fight Baltimore for this division. I don't see that. Baltimore is the clear-cut top team in this division, in my opinion. So they're going to be battling it out with the Cincinnati Bengals for third. Cincinnati's defense has been really, really bad. Really, really bad. They're dealing with issues, not trying to pay their all-pro defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense is explosive, though. They can score 40 a game.
Yeah.
They
Absolutely.
just barely missed the playoffs last year. They're notorious for getting off the slow starts. So Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, them boys, they can't afford another down September. They got to start out strong.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Cincinnati finishes third.
you're gonna put the Steelers second.
Yeah,
That's what I see. I kind of got lazy on this one. I couldn't decide. I put them both at 10 and 7, but I got the Bengals in the second spot. So that Bengals offense, they're gonna put up another crazy numbers this year. Like Joe Burrow, 43 touchdowns. Like, come on, only 9 interceptions, 289 yards per game. It's gonna be explosive, and hopefully that if they can get their defense around, I mean, I don't know, maybe anything can happen. But I don't know. I just don't see Aaron Rodgers going into Pittsburgh and throwing down. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I haven't, I've tried to give Aaron Rodgers the benefit of the doubt for multiple years, and he didn't play bad last year, but it's mediocre. Dude's old. He's towards the end of his career, and I just lost all faith in him. But that's what I got. So I guess that leaves, obviously, the Ravens taking that division.
Yeah, I think Baltimore is the number 1 seed in this conference this year. And Michael K, listen, I apologize to you when I blocked you before. I'm not going to block you. You're on this channel. I can see every comment. Just because I don't necessarily comment because you say stupid shit.
I don't see him, Michael K.
To a side hotline.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely depends greatly on how Aaron Rodgers plays, whether they finish second or third. I got the Bengals. I think the Bengals could make the playoffs this year. Again, it depends on if they come out with another slow start. And I got Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh could miss the playoffs too. They could implode. They could really implode. I think Mike Tomlin's probably on his last leg there in Pittsburgh, even though he consistently makes the playoffs year in and year out. They still haven't been able to put a Super Bowl contender together in a lot of years, and that's not good enough for a city like Pittsburgh.
No.
The playoffs are not good enough for a city like Pittsburgh. They expect championships. They expect you to compete for championships. And Mike Tomlin, I think, is just finally, sometimes people just become stale in a certain spot. They need to move on. I think that might be the case with Mike Tomlin.
I think that's what we talked about last year, is that's how I felt. I was like, I think they need to move on from Mike Tomlin. I just think you need a different look. Every once in a while, you got to revamp because, I hate to go back to the Giants, but we did Daniel Jones for 6 years and you just kept, we're going to do this. And, no, he is our guy or he's not our guy. And it's just, sometimes that changes what you need because I can see how the team talks and how the team is acting right now. And it's a totally different team now that they're off from under that quarterback issue. So I could only imagine Mike Tomlin's a great coach. Like you said, they make the playoffs. They always have good defenses, no matter what. Their offenses are usually pretty decent and they always are competitive. But, when does that become acceptable? It's just acceptable to be okay, but never good enough. You know what I mean?
Well, Finspin's right. Tomlin does look tired. You know what I mean? Like he's put up with a lot. Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, the constant pressure of winning in Pittsburgh. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, I could see him taking a year off before he comes back to coach. I definitely could see that. And then you got Baltimore. Listen, the true MVP on this team, Lamar Jackson. The guy is phenomenal. He just does things that nobody else can do, right? For all the talk of him being a running back, not a real quarterback, he has proven all the haters wrong. When Baltimore let him test free agency, teams were stupid. I would have guaranteed him the world. I know Cleveland gets a lot of backlash for guaranteed Deshaun Watson's full contract, but Deshaun Watson is not the same caliber quarterback as Lamar Jackson.
Right.
The Miami Dolphins should have 100% threw the world at Lamar Jackson. They should have gave him every dollar he wanted, fully guaranteed. Screw it. Because what he could possibly bring to your franchise it's just amazing. He's amazing. See, I knew that was going to get a comment from Michael K. True MVP.
Hey man,
Yeah.
they're both so good though. Like that's the problem. You have two superstars on the team, so I don't even look at that. Lamar, if you didn't have Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson would still be what he is. You just can't. He can run the ball. He can hit you deep. Like he's accurate.
Yeah, two MVPs without Derrick Henry.
Exactly. So and Lamar Jackson had 119.6 rate last year. Like that was first. That's insane. I mean, was there a letdown in the playoffs? Of course. I thought the Ravens were a lock last year. I really did. I thought the Ravens were going.
Well, he's got to get over that hump, right? He's got both him and Josh Allen. You know, that's why Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs continue to get to the Super Bowl because, for some reason, Josh Allen can't beat the Chiefs and Lamar Jackson just can't get over the hump. And I think this is the year that they finally do. I think this is the year they get to the Super Bowl. I'm glad they get to prove it week 1 against the Buffalo Bills. I hope they stomp the shit out of them. Finspin says he's glad that the Ravens are on the Dolphins schedule. Got to beat the best to be the best. I am not pleased that they're on the Dolphins schedule. I would rather not play the Baltimore Ravens.
Fact.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about Buffalo in a minute.
Well, we're there. Now on to the AFC East.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
Let's get your take, Mike. I know where I stand on this division.
I'll give you my my predictions. I'll give you my records. I got the Jets at 6-11 at the bottom. I got the Pats at 8-9. I got the Finns at 9-8, and then I got the Bills at 13-4. So it was just hard for me to go against Buffalo. It's like the AFC has like in each of their divisions they have one team that just stands out obnoxiously, and the Bills. Josh Allen was amazing last year. He did some crazy stuff. They won their division 5 straight years. MVP quarterback stats. Just it. James Cook he got his $48 million extension, $30 million guaranteed throughout 2029 season. And Josh Allen is like Lamar Jackson. He can pass it, he can run it, but Allen's more of a big guy. He's more of I'll run your ass over. And I don't know. I did give the Finns one extra win than they had last year, so I was feeling a little good about that. I didn't want to put your team in third, but I don't really think the Pats are going to be too aggressively challenging this year. And it's hard to do that when you got the team like the Bills. So I got the Bills taking that. I got the Bills.
Oh, what up, Karen Twist? Thanks, I appreciate it. Listen, Jets, I definitely think they're the bottom dwellers. Justin Fields, listen, I don't see him as a starting caliber quarterback. He's a great athlete. He'll win them a couple of games because he'll have 100 yards rushing. I mean, he's a game breaker from the quarterback position where, he'd take off and he can hurt you. He can definitely hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I got the Patriots in third.
Yep.
Listen, the Patriots made a lot of key off-season signings. They had a bunch of salary cap space. They still got a bunch. Drake May going into his second year. We still don't know what Drake May is. He's got all the physical tools. I can see him he's got the physical tools. He reminds me of a cross between Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. So that's high praise right there. But he's gotta come through and make it happen. He's very athletic. He's got a strong right arm. But not a lot of weapons on this football team. They don't have a
Right.
lot of weapons. Your top weapon is Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs has
Been
clearly
hurt.
taken a step back. He was
Yep.
hurt last year. He's a little low key, a super drama queen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Kind of a loose cannon to a point. I just, I think Mike Vrabel's a good coach. I don't think he's a great coach, though. I think a lot of people give him too much credit for the success in Tennessee. You had Derrick Henry in Tennessee your whole time there. Derrick Henry is one of the best running backs this league has ever seen. He's just been a different monster. He's quite literally the LeBron James of the NFL, right? Bigger, faster, stronger than everybody else that plays the position. Now, was Mike Vrabel part of that success? Yes. But we're not talking about Tennessee winning Super Bowls or even going to Super Bowls. They were just a good football team. So I don't think Mike Vrabel is that great of a coach like everybody thinks.
They're still in the rebuilding phase, though. I mean, that's the cool thing. Like, they have a lot of space. They did add the running back, Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State. He's supposed to be like a Clinton Portis. They added LSU Will Campbell with the 4th pick. They got Robert Spallone from the Raiders, who had 158 tackles. So they're definitely making the right plays. It's just a matter of when they get it all together. And like you said, you got to find out and see what Drake May is going to be about. And I think this is a good year to see that. They had one of the worst offensive lines too, and their offense went nowhere. They had 17 points per game, which was 30th in the league, 31st in yards per game, on third down, they were 29th, and in the red zone, they were 30th. So, I mean, their offense can't really go anywhere but up. So hopefully they're making the right choices, and they're definitely better than the Jets. I mean, I think everybody's better than the Jets every year. So,
yeah, I probably got the Jets at 5 wins. I'll say the Patriots win 7. Then it's on to my Miami Dolphins.
Take it away.
Our team currently built the way that it is right now. If we do not make any other moves, I got us finishing at 9-8. If we make no other moves, 9-8. That's 1 win better than we were last year. I just feel like the holes on the offensive line. Listen, we had one of the worst offensive lines in all of football last year. When Tua was healthy, we still scored just around 25 points a game. So that's good enough we can still score points even with a bad offensive line. I think we improved our offensive line. I just don't think we have any depth. Austin Jackson's dealing with injuries right now. We're injured at the running back position. Tyreek's dealing with a oblique injury. Hopefully he can get back healthy. I do think we have a tough schedule. Especially later on in the year. But our defensive backs, they're so bad. And people want to say, give them a chance. These young guys. We're not talking about young first-round draft picks who are supremely talented. We're talking about late-round draft picks. We're talking about undrafted players. And I think that is too much to overcome. Yeah, we got a strong pass rush. We got one of the best front sevens in all of football. But elite teams, the good teams in the NFL that have good coaches, good quarterbacks, are going to be able to game plan around our defensive line and be able to pick us apart. So again, we're going to lose right now if we don't make adjustments to this roster. We're no different than we have been the last couple of years. We'll be able to beat the bad teams, but we'll struggle against elite teams. And then until Miami goes and brings in a starting caliber corner and maybe a guard and a swing tackle, if we go do that, if we make the changes necessary, I see us at 11 wins. And I see us competing with Buffalo. Now, I got Buffalo probably 13 wins, 12 wins maybe.
Yep.
Because I think Buffalo has a bunch of games that they could lose. If you go down Buffalo's schedule, Buffalo has 6 games on their schedule that I feel like they could lose. Do I have them losing every one of those games? No, I don't.
Right.
but they got the capability of losing those games. They could lose those games.
Oh yeah, it's a long season. It's a long season. Never know.
So
I got him at 13-4.
Yeah, I mean, if Miami makes the necessary changes to the roster, though, I think Miami can compete with Buffalo. I think I think it'll be hard. We'll have to beat Buffalo, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win the division and drop 2 games to them. That's not okay. You can split with them, but you can't drop both. And I think if we get a decent starting corner with our front 7, we can protect the other corner. We can protect the other corner because we got some talented people. They're not starter quality. You know what I mean? But our front 7 can help protect them.
Right.
And offensive line, like I said, we were bad on the offensive line last year. One of the worst teams in the NFL. We're going to be greatly improved regardless on the offensive line. I think we'll be able to run the ball. So that'll open up our offense some. Tyreek should be healthy. And if Tua can stay healthy, which is a big if, I can see this, it's a wide range. We can win 7 games or we can win 12 games. So as we're currently constructed with no additional roster moves, I got us at 9 wins. And then you got Buffalo. I'm going to say 12-5 right now. You got Josh Allen. I don't think the Buffalo Bills team as a whole is overly talented. Just Josh Allen is great.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's great. And he can put that team on his back and win a lot of football games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Buffalo Bills did win 13 games last year. But Josh Allen had his best year of his career.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe Josh Allen's going to have another. I think he'll put up similar stats, but I don't think he'll be able to have the low turnovers that he did this year. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's typically turns the ball over at a high clip.
Yeah.
So,
he's been solid in his rushing game. He's had over 500 yards and 12 plus touchdowns back-to-back years. So he's definitely somebody, a force to be reckoned with. I can see him. I don't know. He had such a big season last year. It's always hard to live up to that. It's kind of like Saquon has to live up to his season last year. I thought the Bills were going to do it last year. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I just don't think the Dolphins are there yet. I think they're a game better than they were last year, but I have to sit with Buffalo.
But then again, I say 9-8, and I'm trying to be modest because of the holes on our team. But our offensive line was horrible last year, right? It's improved. Regardless, it's improved. That's why our offense struggled last year at all, is because Tua missed time and our offensive line was bad. Teams weren't worried about our running, so they were able to take away the deep pass. We're going to be able to run the ball this year.
Mm-hmm.
Tua missed 6 games and we won 8. If Tua remains healthy, how do we not win more games? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you've been more closer to a 10-win team, if not 11, if Tua was healthy.
I think we're a 10-win team right now. A 10-win team if Tua's healthy.
It's just so
back.
It's so depressing that your team has to always contend with Tua's health. Like, that's literally like the number one concern at any given moment of your season is Tua healthy. And that's a shitty place to be, because it's horrible, because when he's healthy, he's a good quarterback. I like watching Tua. He's quick. He's a gunslinger, man. So not this year, maybe next year, but still, your Finns are going to do better.
Well, Michael K., if you honestly look at what the team was in 2023, yeah, we lost a 3-game lead with 5 to go. And Tua was healthy that year. We had 0 pass rushers. We were bringing guys off the street. Our whole offensive line missed 7 or 8 games. That's why we lost the division lead. That's why. But yeah, I think I'm going to take it back. I'm moving it up from 9-8 to 10-7. I think the Miami Dolphins finished 10-7. and we definitely get a playoff spot. If we go and add corner help, if we go add some offensive line help, I'm telling you, this team can compete with Buffalo for the division. This team will be able to compete with Buffalo for the division. Clip it. I want you to clip it.
Clip it
on your goddamn chest.
Folks, we already got the clip of what it's gonna be.
Fuck them. Yeah, the Bills.
No, that's your live stream.
Folks, I want you to check out my new entrance music. You guys are going to hear it first. Thank you for joining us tonight. I want you guys to check it out though first. Here's the new entrance music for Fin Posse Podcast.
Yo, Big C in the house. You know the name. Fin Posse Podcast. Changing the game. Fins up high. Feel the aqua and orange. Miami Heat blazing. We scorching the floor. Movino the tour. We stacking the saga. Legacy deep. Call it football nirvana. Big C break it down. Got the stats in his veins. Play by play knowledge like he's calling the chains. Fins flying on the field. Opponents feel the blast. Tyreek cheetah speed. Leaving DBs in the past. Waddle with the wiggle. Defense with the clamp. Aqua drip so clean. Whole squash the champ. Tune in. Big C. Got the mic on lock. Fin Posse Podcast. It's the cream of the crop. Breaking news, hot takes, repping the block. For the Dolphin faithful, it's the one-stop shop. Fin Posse, we the voice of the fans. Miami stand tall, got the world in our hands. Best podcast, yo, ain't no debate. Big C, big vibes, setting it straight. Defense smash, call it Aqua Tsunami. X locking routes like a South Beach Armani. O-line holding strong, trenches like a fortress. Big C dissected, no stack goes dormant. Yo.
About to say, you about to play that again, bro?
What y'all think? Y'all like it?
It'll be hot. Once I edit it into his opening video, then you guys can see it 5 days a week or whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, I think. Listen, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think that's the hottest. The hottest intro music in the podcast game right there.
Well.
Of course, Michael K. Why would you have something to say? That's what a casual person would say. Your mother should have told you to pick a new football team. Bum ass. JD, did you catch that music? That's for this show, Cosa Nostra.
Yeah.
That's for this show. Play it real quick, because a lot of you guys missed the intro. Nobody was up in the building. You gotta turn your notifications on.
Big C and Mike Jones, they call the plays in the zone. Spit facts, no cap, straight to the bone. Gritter, roaring gossip, the field's their home. Huddle up, press play, you're never alone. Sunday sermons, but the church is turf. From Lambeau chills to Miami surf. Quarterback questions, they dissect the worth. Dropping gems like they mine the earth. Laces out, the mic stays hot. Breaking down the game, every yard, every plot. From kickoffs to OT, they never forgot. Tune into the squad, this is the spot. NFL drama, they break it down surgical. Draft day whispers, moves so tactical. Receiver stretching arms, catches vertical. Big C's laugh hitting, vibes so magical. Mike Jones got stats like a human playbook. Big C's insight sharper than a no look. Halftime debates, Better than they should. You fumble the podcast, now you misunderstood. Flags fly, refs blind, penalty stack. They calling out the calls, no sugar, just facts. Fantasy picks, who's carrying the pack? Every week they hit harder than a linebacker smack. Laces out, the mic stays hot. Breaking down the game, every yard, every plot. From kickoffs to OT, they never forgot. Tune into the squad, this the spot. Laces out, the mic stays hot. Breaking down the game, every yard, every plot. From kickoffs to OT, they never forgot.
Yeah, that's the intro for this one. Yeah, JD, I got new music for the Fin Posse podcast. Tune in tomorrow and check it out. It's dope. I'm not gonna play it again, even though it's dope as shit and it's worth being played again. But yeah. So all right, so division winners, did we agree on all of them?
Yeah, I mean, I got the Bills.
Kansas City.
We got the Bills for
Bills, yep,
AFC East. We got the Ravens for the North.
Yep.
Texans for the South.
Yep.
And KC for the West.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Who did you have coming out of the NFC Super Bowl?
Super Bowl? Oh.
Let's go championship game. Give your top 4 teams. 2 from each conference.
2 for each conference. Okay, I'm gonna go KC Chargers. And I'll just do my top 2 of all my predictions. Texans, Colts, Ravens, Bengals.
No, I mean your top 2 conference.
What do you mean?
the 2 teams going to play for to go to the Super Bowl in each conference.
Oh,
AFC championship, NFC championship.
I want to say
I'll play it again in a second, Blake.
I want to say it's either Ravens or Bills. I can't decide.
That's your championship game?
Yeah.
So the Chiefs ain't going to the championship game?
Nope. I don't think so. I don't think this is the year. I just, like I said, I can, beat a dead horse. I've said it 100 times. Kansas City they shouldn't have won the games that they won last year. They shouldn't have. It shouldn't even have been there. So I just don't see it getting any better. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think.
So you got the Ravens and the Bills, and who you got in the NFC?
I think. Packers and Philly.
Packers.
I think I got Packers.
Right.
Packers, Philly.
That's a hot one. I got in the NFC. I got Philadelphia and the Lions playing for the NFC Championship. I got in the AFC. I got the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. Super Bowl, Mike.
NFC. Hold on. AFC. All right. Who'd you have for your AFC picks?
I got Kansas City and the Ravens.
KC Ravens. And then I think I put Bills Ravens.
Yep.
All right. And then I had Packers Philly. You had Lions Philly. All right. And I'm going to have Philly versus
Elwood said Dolphins versus Giants. 35-34 Dolphins.
No, fuck that. I'd rather fucking jump off a truck. All right. I got Philly, and I think it's going to be the Ravens. I really do. Ravens, Philly.
I agree. League MVP this year.
Oh. Lamar Jackson.
I disagree. I think Lamar Jackson is your runner-up again. I think the MVP this year will be Saquon Barkley. He will be the first running back to run back-to-back 2,000 yards.
Damn. I
And
mean,
they had no choice but to give it to him.
they definitely wouldn't. They definitely wouldn't have a choice on that matter. Holy cow. I wanted him to get it last year, but there were so many, too many others with Lamar Jackson.
And you're Super Bowl champion.
Ah. Well, I mean, if that's funny because I picked Lamar, you picked Barkley, so I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Ravens. I'm gonna have to go Ravens.
I hate to say this, but unfortunately, no, Raphael. I mean the same player. The same player. Yeah, the Tennessee Titans did it with two different players, but the same player to get 2,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to do it. I think Philadelphia, they just got a perfectly built roster, in my opinion. Their weakest position is corner, and they're still not that bad at corner. The way they dominate the trenches, where a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and 2 is an automatic first down. That tush push is a dominant, unstoppable play. I just think Philadelphia is gonna win back to back. Unfortunately,
Man, so big news. You got Philly going back to back, and I don't even got KC making the NFC Championship or the AFC Championship. The AFC Championship. Sorry.
JD, you still in here?
Are we closing up?
Yeah, and yeah.
You gonna play that song again?
Yeah, you gotta get to work.
Well, I mean, no, I'm good for right now. I just didn't know if you wanted to close up and then hit him with that song so you can hear that, and then hit it with the exit.
Yeah. Well, I was going to only play if JD was still in here.
So wait, let me turn off my speaker. Okay, we are set.
JD, you up in the building still? And if you're not, you can watch the whole collective, but you can't watch. Make sure you guys, please, Mike, drop the link to Game Changers one more time. Please go over to Game Changers. If you're not on Game Changers, you will miss the show next week. I swear to God, I'm not doing it again. I swear to God. There's the link. There's the link.
That's that.
Make sure you come.
Yeah, that's the address on YouTube. I couldn't find the clickable link.
Oh. Damn it. That's the easier way to do it, though.
Oh, no shit. Let me see.
But yeah, that's our prediction so far. Obviously, there's still some moves to be made. Again, I think the Miami Dolphins are a 10-win team. But with a couple pieces added, I think they can absolutely get to an 11-win team, possibly 12. And if Buffalo stumbles, we'd have a shot at the division. Obviously the Texans aren't locked in. I'm not big on the Texans. You know, maybe a team can catch the Texans. Mike picked the Packers to win the NFC North. I got Detroit. I'm not high on the Packers this year. Yeah. There's the link. Make sure you get over there. Like, put on the notifications. Yeah. There it is. There it be. Help us grow the channel. We're right under 600 subs. Let us get up. We're trying to get to 1,000 by mid-season. I know that's asking a lot. But help us get there.
Absolutely. So, thanks for kicking it with us. Episode 2 of Laces Out Live. Host Big C, co-host Mike Jones. Thanks y'all for stopping by. That was our AFC breakdown predictions. I hope y'all have a good night, and I will see you guys on Monday. That's all I got for you.
Yes, sir. We'll be back. We'll be back Monday, and yeah. What are we doing Monday show? You got any idea yet? You want to do a fantasy football draft? Anybody interested in that?
That'd be cool.
Do a fantasy football draft. Final roster breakdowns are what, maybe final
Tuesday,
cut
I think.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we might have to throw in a Wednesday show next week
Yeah.
to go over that, or maybe a special Tuesday night,
Special edition.
because that's big.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely could be something we can work on. I'm cool with that.
All right, folks. We'll see. I'll see you sometime tomorrow. The Dolphins play the Jacksonville Jaguars, finishing up the preseason. And I will I'll hit you with my new entrance music one more time before the outro. Thank you for stopping in with us on Laces Out Live. We appreciate you. And we'll see you Monday. Fins up,
Peace.
baby. Peace.
Go Giants.
Big C in the house. You know the name. Fin Posse Podcast. Changing the game. Fins up high. Feel the aqua and orange. Miami Heat blazing. We scorching the floor. You know the tour. We stacking the saga. Legacy deep. Call it football nirvana. Big C, break it down. Got the stats in his veins. Play by play knowledge like he's calling the chains. Fins flying on the field. Opponents feel the blast. Tyreek cheetah speed. Leaving DBs in the past. Waddle with the wiggle. Defense with the clamp. Aqua drip so clean. Whole squash the champ. Tune in. Big C. Got the mic on lock. Fin Posse Podcast. It's the cream of the crop. Breaking news, hot takes. Repping the block. For the Dolphin faithful. This the one-stop shop. Fin Posse. We the voice of the fans. Miami stand tall, got the world in our hands. Best podcast, yo, ain't no debate. Big C, big vibes, setting it straight. The fin smash, call it Aqua Tsunami. X locking routes like a South Beach Armani. O-line holding strong, trenches like a fortress. Big C dissected, no stack goes dormant.
They call the plays in the zone.
Yo.
Spit facts, no cap, straight to the bone. Gritter roaring
Big
gossip,
C in
the
the
field's
house.
their home. Huddle up, press play.
You know the
You're never
name.
alone. Sunday sermons, but the church is turf from
Fin Posse
Lambo chills to
Podcast.
Miami surf.